Alright, hello everybody. I wanted to make a quick video about my monk that I'm leveling right now. Level 13. I was doing the bandit sash, but I noticed I got 2 bandit sashes here. I killed like 4 bandits, but I'm noticing that up on the recharge as far as the monk goes, men only works a certain percentage of the time, and you kind of got to sit there and med after you bind wound up to 50%. So I'm looking for a more efficient way to level. So what I had done with this monk is I stayed in Black Barrel much longer than I normally would with a caster character. So I stayed there until level 13, like I said in the previous video, and I'm out here in Western Plains of Karana to try and get bandit sashes to turn in. And that will give you some XP when you do those turn-ins. I'm going to see how much during this little playthrough right here to see how much XP I'm getting per sash. But basically, there are areas where you can pick out bandits around bandit camp number 3. If you look on Project 1999, you'll see, I believe it's bandit camp number 3, or the one closest to the west side of the Western Plains of Karana. And you kill those bandits, since you're solo, and you're gonna have to hunt them out. There is a magic caster, and you will see it's a female half elf. And if you see that one running around, I would recommend, if you're playing a monk, you would not combat that character, because they use magic and it can mess you up pretty fast. But as far as going against the melee ones, especially the ones with the bronze main gauche, which is that little sword item right there in my backpack right here, those are pretty easy to take out as a monk. I spent some time in Black Barrel doing my two-handed blunt earlier, so you can see here I'm at 58 skill. So I'm at it now at a respectable level to where I hit more than I miss when it comes to using two-handed blunt. So that's why I was able to go in there and take care of the bandits. But anyways, I am running back to Qeynos right now, and I will turn in those. I also have null teeth, I believe. Yeah, I got 6 null teeth. Probably not a lot of XP at this level. But those 2 bandit sashes, I want to see what we're going to get off of those. Because there is a quest that you start at level 14-ish, involving those willow wisps that run around in Qeynos Hills and in Western Plains of Karana. But there's a specific island between Otis and Qeynos, or Erud and Qeynos. There's a little island called Kara Isle there, and it's full of willowisps, and you can basically just farm there. Once you get to a good enough level where you make sure that you can pull one and kill it, because there's no way to zone out when you get to Kara Island. So if you get attacked and you're about to die, you're gonna die, because there's no way to zone out of that area without swimming to the exit, and you're not gonna make it in time in order to zone out. So, halfling guy here. Hey, buddy. Oh, he took off. I do have so on right now, Spirit of the Wolf, so I am running a bit faster, which helps out with leveling. I mean, with getting from place to place. One of the things as melee that kind of sucks is not being able to port or gate or any of that stuff, which is why I prefer leveling as magic class. Especially one like druid or wizard that can teleport all over the place. And in this game, you make money by teleporting, because people will pay you platinum to transport them to other locations in the game. So, but my mains are enchanter and magician. Both of those don't have ports, but they are highly capable, soloable melee classes. I mean, sorry, magic classes, not melee. Alright, where are we going? We're going to go to our NPC that turns in those bandit sashes, and I'm going to keep up my experience bar. Or actually, it's down there in the character thing, because I have this specific UI skin. So we'll see how much XP we get, because I'm feeling like XP per hour is not very optimized. If you can get like a huge level boost if you hunt willow-wisps, loot the lightstones and greater lightstones, get a whole bunch of them, run to North Karana, turn it into the NPC there that gives you experience, and those books, the book that's a container that will give you a 10 plat when you sell it back. It'll give you 10 plat. So it's another thing is you make plat doing it. More plat than you get from selling bronze weapons here. So first thing I'll do is I'll check, see how much these are going for. So 1 platinum. Okay, so you get 1 plat per sword for these dagger type weapons. Alright, so now we're gonna do our turn in and see what we get. So 1, 2, I'm gonna watch our XP bar here. Yeah, not much at all. So if you had a whole bunch of those stacked up, but the drop rate is kind of low. The lightstone drop rate is also low, but the thing is you can really pile those on and kind of kill those a little bit, but I feel like a little bit easier. But what we're gonna do during this playthrough is test. Before we go to Kara Isle, we're gonna go to Qeynos, or not, sorry, Qeynos Hills, and we're just gonna test on a couple of willow-wisps there and see how we fare against them as a monk with our magic, you know, two-hander that will be able to do damage to those. As I said before, when it comes to willow-wisps, you have to have a magic item, as this one here, the Staff of Battle, which is magic lore item. Those are the only ones, if it says magic item, it can do damage to those willow-wisps. Alright, so I'm gonna do real quick, run around here, do a real quick bank run, store some loot, plat, silver, and copper loot that I got from Black Barrel. Bust that out, and so once you're at the banker, you can start doing this, where you take all your money and you convert it to the next higher currency. You can put this in the bank, and you can do that. You know, I just do it like that. That way, you know, I don't have any gold or plat. I leave that in the bank, and I just keep a certain amount of platinum on me. So I think 26 is fine. So take 6 away and just stick with 20 plat. All right. And now we're going to go back to Qeynos Hills. And I wish it was nighttime, because I think that's when the willow-wisps appear. More often than not. But if not, they're not there during the day, when we'll have to wait until nighttime before we can actually try to kill one. And for the willow-wisps, they are chained. So if you attack one willow-wisp and another one comes flying by, they will combine together and try to kill you. So a big part of killing willow-wisps is finding them out in the wild, hitting them with a ranged attack, in this case throwing a shuriken at them, and dragging them to a place where you can solo them without any other ones coming by and trying to take you out at the same time. And that's one good thing about Kara Isle is, in Kara Isle, it's much easier to pull them from the top of the little mountain volcano thing that's on that island. You can pull them off of that top part, and you got to make sure whenever you open up a ranged attack on them that there's no other willow-wisps in the vicinity. So it's got to be by itself and no other willow-wisps around, because if you open up a ranged attack and there's other willow-wisps, they will join in. So you got to stay away from any other the willow-wisps whenever you're attacking one of them. But this is, as far as I can say from my experience playing Project 1999 since 2020, this is like the definitive way to make platinum when you're starting out, at least from the Qeynos angle. From the Freeport angle, I'm not quite sure how you would do your plat leveling. I don't know if the willowisps do the same. But once again, you got to get through High Pass Hold and Kithakor and all these high level areas, or higher level areas that will totally own you unless you can do stuff like go invisible, and we can't do that on the monk, obviously. But I'm pretty sure there's a leveling progress on that side of the world. I just am not familiar with it. So we got our house here, and we do not, I don't see any willow-wisps. They normally come out at night, I believe. Just gonna run around for a bit and see if I can see any. There's something over there. Yeah, there's one. Okay, so if I consider it, it's gonna blue. So it goes blue on me. So we'll just do what I said. I don't know why I'm 83 health. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it. Alright, so open up a range attack. Alright. Now, weirdly enough, the range attack will do damage, I believe, because I have a 16 ranger that was doing these quests. And when you open up a range attack with bow and arrow, it actually does damage to the willow-wisp without saying, oh, it's invulnerable. See how I kicked here? You try to kick and it says it's invulnerable. That's what will happen if you attack these without a magic item weapon. So I could probably equip this monk with some better like weapon. I got like 4,000 plat just farming specters in Oasis of Mar. And I could use, you know, all that plat to basically go to West Common Lands, or sorry, East Common Lands Tunnel. Look for a nice, you know, two-handed set of monk weapons, and then use that, you know. But for now, we'll just stick with this because I want to keep this as basic as possible for someone who's just starting out. So you loot the willow-wisps and you'll see a greater lightstone, and that's the one that's worth 10 plat. So put that in your backpack. If you put it here, it'll give you a light source, but we already have one. But basically what you're going to want to do when you're doing this part, like killing these willow-wisps and looting, you're going to want to get as many bags as you can and get as least amount of items in your bags as you can, so you can carry the max amount of greater lightstones and regular lightstones. And that way when you make your run, especially as a melee class where you don't have port abilities to gate or anything, you're gonna have to make the run all the way to North Karana, and that's gonna take a long time. So you want to get the max amount of XP as possible. So just sell off some stuff here. Sell off bone chips. And if you see here, you can get 4 plat if you sell the lightstone by itself. Don't do that. Wait until you get to North Karana, because that NPC trade-in will give you an item that's worth 10 plat. Alright, so since I was able to combat the willow-wisp pretty efficiently, now that my two-handed blunt is up, I'm going to show you how to get to Kara Island, and that involves just taking a boat, which you have to wait for in the Qeynos docks. So there's another one there. Let's just do a double check and see. Battles can vary because of the randomization of, you know, combat hits and misses. It can vary a lot from battle to battle, so you want to make sure you're got as much advantage as possible. Alright, so I'm hitting, it looks like max 28 damage with this weapon. The damage number on it is 31, but the max it seems I can get is 28. So you don't even have to spam kick whenever you're fighting these, because it won't do anything anyway. Yeah, not bad. Hopefully my dodge being pretty high. Let's look at skills. Dodge is that. Dodge being above average is hopefully helping. Seems a bit too easy, to be honest. but we'll see. But like I said, you can get really lucky in a battle, or you can get really unlucky depending on the dice roll of the combat. Especially at the lower levels like this. Alright, so took that out pretty easily. Barely took any health off of me. But if they gang up on you, you can get killed pretty easily. So that's one thing you gotta really try to avoid. Alright, he's down. So you'll see burned out lightstone here. You can just leave it, or you could take it, and it's a no trade item. You can take it and destroy it. I usually like to do that so that the willowisp will fade away, so I know it's not active. Because if you don't loot it and destroy it, the willowisp will stay there on the ground, and you won't know if it's, you know, an active mob or not. Alright, so we're in North Qeynos. Let's go. There we go. And all we're going to do is head to Qeynos docks to catch the boat to Otis. And what the boat to Otis does is it goes to Kara Island first. It docks there for like a minute. You can get off there. And then it'll, if you stay on the boat, it'll continue to Erud. Where at Erud, there's a kind of skiff platform that comes out to greet the boat, and you just gotta wait for that skiff, and then you ride the skiff back to Erud. And Erud contains the evil Erud starting race, which is Qeynos, and it also contains a high-level dungeon called the Hole, where a lot of like my mage has loam encrusted. Those all come from the Hole. You'll see people selling those items a lot, but there's more Velius gear being sold now that the expansion has gone into Velius, so you may see other gear other than stuff that comes from this side of the world, because mostly everything is concentrated on, you know, the other side of Antonica at the later levels, because this is just Otis and Qeynos, and Freeport has the connections to all the expansion. Wait, the boat should be this one. Freeport has, in the Freeport area, and Oasis of Mar and North Desert of Earl, they all have the nexus points that will get you from place to place in Kunark and Velius, which are the two expansion areas. Is my staff invisible? Wait, no, see? Weird. I don't know what that means. Is it just mixing with the texture map of the water? Or going through it? Oh, okay, it's kind of weird. So anyway, you're going to sit here and wait for the boat. The boat will pick you up, and you'll get to Kara Island. I'll pause the video now, since I don't want to sit here and wait the entire time, and then I'll come back to you once we're on Kara Island. Alrighty. Alright, so here we are pulling up alongside Kara Isle. And you can jump out if you want, but the boat will stop. Just go ahead and swim up here. And I won't go through too much. I'll just go through like how you want to do your attack rotation with the willowisps here. First thing you want to do when you get here is do a who to see if anyone else is here. I'm by myself, so there won't be anyone else hunting willowisps. So you got the whole island to yourself to grind it out. So you're just gonna go up the little mountain. This is like a little volcano thing. And you're just going to go around until you can find a willowisp running around that you can pull. Okay, so here's one. So go ahead and oh, there's another one. So you gotta be careful. Don't want to pull two at once. You want to consider it. Usually this level it'll con that way. Alright, then you want to pull it to the shoreline. Just Go ahead and pull this bad boy to the shoreline. And like I said, if you end up being at a point where you're not gonna make it, you're pretty much dead because you can't zone. So that's the only unfortunate thing about this area. Is that that's why if they gang up on you, you're pretty much guaranteed to go down. As you can see, they may be a little bit stronger here because they're doing more damage on me. Seems like I'm not connecting hits as much, so they may be a little bit higher level. Hopefully a mend will pop off if I get too low, but it looks like I'm doing alright. See how this goes. He's getting me down. I don't want to try to pop a mend yet because you may hurt yourself doing a mend under 100, and I don't want to hurt myself even more. But if I die doing this, it's a lesson to not come here at this level. Okay, so the mend failed. You may want to stick in Qeynos Hills. But I would try a couple more and see how good you do against them. They may be a little bit higher level than the ones at Qeynos Hills. Oh, and these guys love to run into the water. You don't want them to do that. You just want to try to, best as you can, try to kill them before they get to the water. It becomes a hassle. Like, here we go. I gotta follow them into the water. And this becomes a nightmare. So, following him. See how this sucks balls, like really stupid. What you could do is wait on the shoreline for him to come back. Normally they won't pull any additional mobs with you. How far are you gonna run, bro? How far am I swimming? Okay, I think it's path in another direction. Weird, my swimming's not going up. Are you gonna like take me to the zone, dude? The hell? Alright, so I'm literally swimming after this damn thing just to attack it. I have to stop to attack, but it keeps running away. So it'll do this until it loses health. Alright, let me see if I can get a hit off. Alright, there we go. Just one more hit. Come on. It's going super slow. Just one more. Ugh, he missed. Come on, get him. Another miss. Please die. Okay, he's dead. You could go first person and somehow try to loot this thing. Alright, so we got another burned out lightstone. You'll be getting a lot of those, but if you stick at the grinding, you will be getting greater lightstones and lightstones. You can get lucky. It's all a dice roll, so you can get lucky and get a stack of greater lightstones, and you'll be having hundreds of plat in no time. Or you could get unlucky and go for hours with burned out lightstones, but that's just the nature of drop rates in EQ Classic. You can go forever and get nothing, or you could get super lucky. But anyway, that's pretty much the video. So this is basically, I'm gonna make another video where I combine this area farming and then the run to North Karana, where you're gonna turn all these lightstones in afterwards to get your money and your experience. But yeah, that should be the next video, I believe. As far as magic casting goes, may do a brief, I already did wizard, kind of just a brief tutorial how you start out finding spells, and kind of, using your spell book and everything like that. But most of it revolves, pretty much 90% of it revolves around using Project 1999 Wiki. And yeah, that's about it, I think. Can't think of anything else right now, but I will be back with another video. It may be monk with the run, or I may just log into my 50 mage and just show you what combat's like once you get to a higher level like that and you're doing farming and stuff like that solo. Hopefully I could do Karna's Castle soon, because I got to level 51 today, But yeah, it should be fun. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Have a good one. I am out.